Longshank. Once upon a time in the ancient city of Viridium, there lived a gladiator named Longshank. He was known for his towering stature, unmatched strength, and quick wit. Cole had spent years fighting in the grand arena, entertaining the masses with his skill and bravery, but deep down, he yearned for something more than the applause of the crowd. One fateful day, Cole found himself facing the most formidable opponent he had ever encountered. The crowd roared with anticipation as he stepped into the arena, his heart pounding with a mix of fear and determination. The opponent, a ruthless warrior named Brutus the Ball-Buster aka the Destroyer, was known for his merciless tactics and unbeatable record. He used his whip to ground and pound the private areas of his opponents after he had them clearly defeated. The crowd roared with each victory the Destroyer amassed, and this is how the saying, "Don't bust my balls," originated. As the battle commenced, Cole fought like the Black Knight, his grandpa Longshank emulated as a young man. He was dodging Brutus' strikes and countering with precision, while talking mad warrior shit to Brutus in the arena. "Get some of these Longshank nuts, bitch." Brutus tries to counter the trash talk, but Cole tells him to hush up, and with each thrust of his sword Brutus falls to the sand. Brutus was resilient and got up each time to launch his own offensive attack, only to be punished by Longshank again and again. The crowd watched in awe as the two warriors clashed, their swords clanging against each other. Despite the odds stacked against him, Cole refused to give in and continued to dominate each violent exchange. Brutus finally landed a blow to Cole's lower thigh that drew blood. "I am bigger, faster, and will never fall," Brutus yelled. Hours turned into what felt like an eternity, but Cole's perseverance never wavered. With a final, mighty swing, he disarmed Brutus and sent him sprawling to the ground. The crowd erupted in thunderous applause, amazed by Cole's victory. The emperor himself, impressed by Cole's skill and determination, granted him his freedom by awarding him the ludus. The ludus had his victories engraved on it and was never to be surrendered, and provided proof he was no longer a gladiator. Now a free man, Longshank set out on a journey to find his true purpose. He traveled far and wide, seeking wisdom, adventure, and indulged in the pleasures of women who threw themselves at his feet. The women wanted to get a taste of the champion and most of all dispel or confirm the Longshank rumors. Cole did not disappoint and managed to impregnate 400 women in less than 2 years. Along his path, he encountered a wise old sage who recognized his potential. The sage revealed to Cole that he was destined for greatness, that he possessed the qualities of a true leader. He emphasized Cole's royal bloodline and rightfully claim to the throne, which was his birthright. Cole pondered the idea but was afraid of the haters that condemned him to the arena for simply defending himself in the castle brothel at only 14 years of age. Inspired by the sage's words, Cole decided to return to Viridium and challenge the corrupt King Snephus, who ruled with an iron fist. With his newfound freedom and the support of the people, namely the crowd that he entertained over the years, he never neglected the crowd and consumed the energy they exuded like a drug. With this influence, Longshank rallied an army of loyal followers, deserters, and native loyalist assassins willing to sacrifice their lives to help Cole overturn King Snephus and make the country great again. Cole marched 12 legions the footsteps of the palace gates, determined to bring justice to the land and cross-pollinate the entire land with his royal seed, including King Snephus' queen, who had been secretly sending her slaves to Longshank's quarters to deliver messages like, "Oh, how I long for your shank, Sir Cole, and I need the Longshank redemption, Sir Cole." The battle was fierce, but Cole's strategic mind and understanding of the terrain, including the intricate workings of the viaducts under the city, allowed smooth passage into the interior of the city. The soldiers fought inside and outside the walls, making defending the palace almost impossible. After 2 days of fierce fighting, the fort was captured, and a celebration followed both in the palace and amping the commoners in the streets. Longshank was unmatched strength and testicular fortitude, and not only led his army to victory but managed to seduce the entire court into a 10-day orgy before settling down with the virgin queen who so longed for his shank. The people rejoiced in the streets as the tyrant king was paraded around in the buff, exposing the fact he was impotent and contaminated with a soy diet, causing his loins to be slowly absorbed into his pelvic floor and his royal jewels to shrivel and climb back into his fat pad, making him appear from the waist down as a woman of the court. Soy was discovered to increase estrogen in men in 2023 by a descendant of King Longshank, Sir Marcus Earl the Pearl, just like a squirrel trying to get a nut. But that's another story. Longshank was crowned the new king of Viridium. He ruled with fairness and compassion, always putting the needs of his people first and protecting his loyal followers from the merciless dictatorship unlike past rulers. Longshank discovered the power of mixing his brandy with honey, smoking his peace pipe with a mix of special herbs and tobacco, and mixing up boxers and athletic briefs to stabilize and secure the unit, prizing solidarity along with fellowship of the manly parts inherited from the Longshank clan. Under Cole's reign, Viridium flourished on the world stage. He implemented policies that promoted equality, eliminated slavery, and promoted diversity. Prosperity, wealth, and power never corrupted King Cole, and the city became a beacon of hope for neighboring lands. Cole's wit and intellect were renowned throughout the kingdom, and his stories of triumph and adventure inspired generations to come. He was said to have spawned 3,000 children with 2,996 baby mamas, but stopped sowing his royal oats after the invasion, remaining forever loyal to his main squeeze, Dime Piece, his boo, and whiffy Queen J-Lo of the Bronx J-Los. His 4 children were groomed to rule and did just that for the next 400 years, and so, Longshank, the gladiator turned king, lived a life filled with purpose and fulfillment. His journey from the arena to the throne taught him the true meaning of strength and leadership, and as his legacy lived on, the people of Viridium would forever remember the man who earned his freedom and became their beloved King Longshank.